everybody, we're going to be doing a winterizing on my boat here, which has a MerCruiser out drive, but they're all about the same. So I just want to walk you through kind of an idiot's guide to doing one of these, as well as pick up a couple of the tips and tricks that I use to make this job very easy, one of which is right here. This is a 15-gallon sprayer that you can pick up at Tractor Supply. The pumps that come with these are complete crap, so I did go to Harbor Freight, and believe it or not, Harbor Freight actually sells a decent pump. This is a 12 volt, and I also have their 110 version of the same pump, but we'll be using this instead of the piston style piece of crap that comes with it. This actually puts out about 320 gallons an hour and does a great job. We're going to be using this to hold our antifreeze, or RV marine antifreeze. So once we get the boat up to temp here, which will be the first step, get that thermostat to open, we will then have this guy ready to go, and we will pump antifreeze through the system. But I'm going to take you through that whole process step by step. If you've never done it before, it can seem intimidating and scary. It's really not. The only thing that's scary is if you do screw it up, the ramifications of that are pretty high in terms of a cracked block or freeze plugs popped out. So yeah, that would suck. So we're going to try to avoid that. But it is not it's not a real precision job here. So don't be afraid to do it yourself and save yourself good money over what Marina would charge to do the same process. So with that said, let's get this boat fired up. So when you're putting on muffs, just obviously you try to cover your intake as best you can. They're never a perfect fit, and they always leak, and that's okay. The pump just needs access to water, and it'll pull it through the system. One other side tip is whenever you're running your boat, testing it or whatever, always have the drive in the always down, all the way down position. If you run it with it up, it puts a lot of strain on the universal joint in the drive. So even though you don't have it in gear, that universal joint's still running anytime the boat is running. So always, if your boat's running, keep your drive down, and also store your drive down when you're leaving it for any period other than out on the water for a day or whatever. I don't worry about where it sits during the day, but when I bring it home at the end of the day, I always make sure to store my drive down, because the boots that are in there, the bellows, down is their natural position, and the higher the drive, the more extended those bellows are, and it puts a lot of strain on the rubber. So just good practice, always keep your drive down, and then try to remember not to drive off with it down, because well, that's not good either. So we'll get the water flowing here, and I don't open this all the way, just enough to get some good water moving. Thing always sounds like it's got a nasty cam in it. Alright, so while it's warming up, I'm going to take off the spark arrestor so we can get better access to the car. Because one of the other steps we're going to do here is to squirt some fogging oil in and let the motor basically crap out from running on fogging oil. Help wash the cylinders down and keep everything moving nice in the spring. So there's two different schools of thought on the next step. If you want to minimize your amount of RV marine antifreeze, the smart move is to go up and unscrew all of the drain ports on the engine, let all of the water drain out before you go through the next step. if you're lazy like me, you don't mind using extra antifreeze to avoid having to go up there and pull those plugs, then put them back in, just to have to pull them again. That's just a pain in the ass. So that's why I use this setup with a pump and plenty of juice, because I don't need to now go and drain all of that water in there. And the theory behind this is you don't want the water to dilute the antifreeze. The solution to that is you just pump a buttload of antifreeze through it, and you don't have to worry about it. You let it run until it is pure pink coming out the exhaust, and you know you're all set. So that's what we're going to do today, is run this baby on pure antifreeze. Now I'm going to connect the leads to our pump for antifreeze. We're just going to tap it, make sure, make sure it works, and we're ready to fire it back up again. At this time, we are pumping antifreeze. Alright, so it's running on antifreeze now. There's plenty of it in there to let it run for a couple of minutes. That way you know you are flushing absolutely everything out. And that your thermostat's open, because we can feel it. Oh yeah. So now we're gonna choke her out. Perfect. So that's all there is to it, really, in terms of getting antifreeze in the system. And then we will go and open up all the drain ports on the motor to drain out everything that we have left behind. That's another good way to verify that, whoops, what am I doing? I forgot the cover. Another good way to verify that you've gotten antifreeze everywhere is when you pull those ports, we should see nothing but pink coming out. This is where gloves are a great idea. We've got one port right here at the bottom of the riser. We got one port on the block down there, and the same exact setup is mirrored. You'll see the exact same things in the exact same places. And then you also have another bleeder. It's tough to see. I don't know if I can get my camera down there. I'll show you. Right here out of the water body pump. I can't even see it, but I know it's somewhere around here. Oh, there it is. Right down at the bottom of the water body pump. Hopefully you guys can see that, because I can't see it all. But you undo those 5 ports, let it, what's in the system drain out, and you are good to go. There is nothing but antifreeze left behind. And the only other thing is to wait enough time. I let the motor cool down a little bit so that I don't burn myself pulling those 4 plugs out, because I'm super lazy on this side and I don't even bother pulling out this access panel. I can just give her the old reach around and get it done. But that said, you don't want to burn your hands on 200-degree water or antifreeze. No fun. That's really all there is to it. It's that easy when you have a nice pump system like this. I think this is as good as this can possibly get, as easy as it can possibly get. So as always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. If you do have any questions, concerns, comments, and or criticisms, throw them down in the comment section below me. And as always, everybody, have a great day.